this is not to like discredit Africa and to tell you guys not to move here. Like, no. If this is something that's on your heart, make a move because even like with these challenges, I just refuse to like give up on my journey. And I feel like God like equipped me to walk in this journey and to face these challenges and to become a new me. Because when you move to Africa or you move to any other continent, it is a transition that you have to actually become a new person because it's a new environment. So you're shedding everything and becoming a new person. Some people have a longer process where they go through the challenges, and some people have a shorter process. But I know that the process that I've been going through is personally a challenge that God wouldn't give me if I could not handle it. So this is not to discourage you guys from coming here. Like, make a move. It's definitely worth it. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lala. I know I've been like a little, absent, but I've been going through some transitions in my life. So please excuse me for the absence, but I'm back now and I have some content that you know, I'm going to be giving you guys in the next few weeks. So let's talk about life in Africa. Living in Africa is very hard. It's not for the weak at all. Like, you really got to have tough skin when you decide to move here from the West. So repatriation is like, it's not a simple journey. Uh, some people are successful, some people struggle, but there's always like, with such a big transition, like moving from one continent to the next, like, of course, there are going to be major challenges, especially because it's a way different environment and we're so like abundant when it comes to like development in America. So when we come here, you don't know what to expect because Africa is still developing. Um, but, you know, this is not to bash Africa. Like, I would love living in Africa, but it's hard. It is hard. And it's harder for some people than it is for others, but it's hard for everyone. And I'm going to get into the reasons why. Number one is there's no like, there's not the same type of opportunity. The opportunity that's here is not the same as the opportunities in America. In America, you have a job market that's open, that's ready. You can just apply for a job, go get it there. But in Ghana, in Nairobi, like in different places, like there's no place that's like similar to America that I've traveled to in Africa as far as the job market. Now, I apologize for the construction in the back, but uh, there are some cities that have more development than others when it comes to the job, when it pertains to the job market. But like Nairobi, they have different jobs that I've seen that's available there. Here in Ghana, I'm sure they have certain type of jobs that you can apply for. Oh, certain type of jobs that you can apply for, you can get, but um, it's not like America. It will eventually be because there's so much migration, especially coming to Ghana, that within the next 50 years, I see it being similar to the development we have in America. So yeah, that's the so I want to be a part of that, but the process is hard because you have to work online. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've done an online job before, but I had to stand still. Like I've had an online boutique that was very successful, but I've always had to sit in one place and do a job. So coming out here, it was definitely an adjustment for me to only be able to get online jobs, and I applied for so many, and I'm blessed to have my tutoring job and to be able to get paid from YouTube, but I'm looking for an extra stream of income. Like, I used to make six figures in America, and now I'm making like a couple hundred to $1,000 a month if I'm lucky. So yeah, like it's really an adjustment for me, but I know over time, like as an entrepreneur, like as a pioneer, that's what Africa needs right now. Pioneers, entrepreneurs, because self-starters, because this is a new environment for me. I've adjusted in America, and I've decided to stop the boutique and start doing a hair business. And I was very successful there too. But that's because, it's easier to set up a business in America, like small businesses, because there's so much like accessibility to certain products and certain things that you need. And yeah, hair, certain things may be more expensive, but we'll get into that as well. But yeah, so it's definitely an adjustment for me. But I know as I study the environment over time, I would see like where the gaps are in the market. Where does Ghana need me? Like, what can I do here to make money that'll be like really profitable, even if it's online, something that aligns with me, like, and makes me happy. Like, yeah, so I'm looking and I'm applying myself. I have a few plans in mind, but yeah, it's definitely an adjustment though. So it's something you have to prepare your mind for, because you don't really know what to expect until you take that jump and you move here. So yeah, that's number one reason why it's hard. And the next reason why it's hard is like accessibility. Accessibility to like certain products, certain, things that you're used to getting in America. Like there's no Walmart, there's no Amazon delivery. There's, they have like grocery delivery and Jumia and yeah, they have these things, but overall, like the accessibility is way different. But over time, I know it will develop. I know. So yeah, that's the next challenge that you will face here. Like there's certain black hair products that they don't have. Sometimes it's hard to find dental floss. But yeah, these are challenges that you will face, and it just comes with the territory. Now, we talked about accessibility. Let's talk about the slower pace, the change of pace. Like, it's definitely an adjustment, you know. Me moving here from New York, New York is like such a fast paced environment. You can get things in a minute, food, products, whatever. But that's not to say that New York is better than Ghana or any other place in Africa, because the quality is not the same quality that you receive in Africa when you get your food. Like they really take their time. It's healthy. So of course it's gonna take time for them to like cook it. And yeah, I know a lot of it has to do with like just the pace of life here. Like they're not rushing, you know. So it's an adjustment, but it's actually the natural pace of life. So if you're coming from like New York or a big city, like you're gonna have to adjust and just woosah, like calm your nerves, because they're not gonna adjust for us. Like they're not gonna speed up their pace for me. But I know once more people migrate here, and they're gonna, you know, the pace is gonna maybe pick up just a little bit. I hope, but if not, it's no problem, because I don't I accept change. I'm comfortable with change. I decided to come here because this is Africa, and Africa's been doing what Africa's been doing for centuries, and it's not going to change for me. I actually moved here to be, I need some water, to be more in like a slower pace environment because I have my daughter and I want to raise her in this type of environment. So it's an adjustment, even though I welcomed it. It's still an adjustment. But yeah, that's the number. Like that's one of the reasons why it's hard living in Africa. Then the next one I would say is the stereotypes. The stereotypes. I'm learning to pick my battles with stereotypes because I realize like the same way that I would know what Africa is until I move here, the same way that I would not know what Africa is like until I actually decide to pack up and move here, it's the same way that someone who has never been there, like, would have certain stereotypes because you're only seeing what you see on like TV, television. And until they go there, like, it's not necessarily wrong for them to, have certain stereotypes. TV is misleading. It's meant to misinform people most times, not to entertain. But it's okay. Like I've had certain stereotypes of others before, like, and with time and experience, we will grow, and we those stereotypes will eventually be erased because of us repatriating out here and connecting with one another. But it's hard when people think like you're rich or you're privileged. Now, I'm not gonna say some people aren't privileged that come from America because, like I mentioned earlier, there's more opportunity there. So yeah, there's more for you to work with. I get that, but me, I've never had a silver spoon. So when they think that of me, like, okay, yeah, I may have had more accessibility to certain things, but at this very moment in Africa, I decided to come here and to face the risk of being here and possibly being broke because I don't really know the environment. So there's times where I've been dead broke here and people thought that I had money and I'm like, I don't have nothing. But, you know, I'm not offended as I was when I first came here because I understand why there's stereotypes. We stereotype each other. Africans and African Americans stereotype each other, and like I know in time, like it will improve. Yeah. So, but it's hard at first. So just prepare yourself for that, and just be calm and just be understanding of why that is, and understanding that we do make stereotypes of them as well sometimes before coming here. So yeah, yeah, that is another reason. Oh, the next one is just being disconnected from the Western world. In a way, it's good, and in a way, it's bad because my family's there. So, just being in like a different time zone, sometimes it's hard to stay in touch with your family. So, it can make it like more of a lonely experience sometimes because I feel out of touch with my family. And I know it was something that I was going to face when I came here. So, but being here and face and going and experiencing that, it is a difficult thing to cope with because I like to stay in touch with my family, my friends, and yeah, it can be hard sometimes, but it is ways that I adjust. Yeah, but yeah, that is hard, but it's also like a benefit too because all the toxic stuff that I witness in America, like just seeing negative news all the time and like toxic TV, television, like because I'm not there and people don't watch that stuff here, like it's a good thing that I'm disconnected from it. And yeah, like it's challenging though, like in a way and in a way not at all, but Um, yeah, it's just like when you come out here, you got to realize like you're starting a whole new life. Like there will be no more America unless you decide to go back and forth. Which to me it would just be draining with my daughter. But eventually I go back and forth. But um, being here permanently and just like facing, this experience, like there's so much that I miss in America because I'm here, but I love living in Africa and I love my new life. So um, it's gotta be something you should reflect on that before you move here and say, are you really ready to give up America and move to Africa? You won't know until you really do it, though, right? So once you come out here, and once y'all decide to make that move, I hope you love it as much as I do. That even with the flaws, you're still in love with it. And honestly, I would never see myself moving back to America. But I would go back and forth for business if it comes about. But right now, like even with these challenges I'm telling you guys about, like I love Africa. And I know that the issues that not issues, but the challenges that I face here, I know that things will develop quickly, especially here in Ghana. Like from when I visited in 2018 to now, there's been so much development already. So I can just imagine 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 50 years from now, like how much more developed it will be. So this is not to like discredit Africa and to tell you guys not to move here. Like, no. If this is something that's on your heart, make a move because even like with these challenges, I just refuse to like give up on my journey. And I feel like God like equipped me to walk in this journey and to face these challenges and to become a new me. Because when you move to Africa or you move to any other continent, it is a transition that you have to actually become a new person because it's a new environment. So you're shedding everything and becoming a new person. Some people have a longer process where they go through the challenges, and some people have a shorter process. But I know that the process that I've been going through is personally a challenge that God wouldn't give me if I could not handle it. So this is not to discourage you guys from coming here. Like, make a move. It's definitely worth it. So that's all I have to say, you guys. Sorry for the noise in the background, but I had to put out some content. I gotta work with what I got. So I hope you like this content, and if you do, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. One.